Good afternoon, and thank you all for joining us as we celebrate this next chapter of women's soccer in our great city and state. My name is Bailey Burmaster. I am the sports director at Atlanta News First, but more importantly, my foundation was made on these soccer fields here in this community. It's where I had to recite Mia Hamm's "A Vision of a Champion" quote before I ever took the soccer field. It is where my father told me that if I did not get a yellow card for every game I played, well, quite frankly, I was not playing hard enough. Soccer wasn't just a sport I played. It was something that truly meant the world to me and helped define me. So that's why today feels so meaningful. It's not just about building foundations and facilities. It's about building futures. Young women across the state will now be able to not just have to imagine what it's like to play at the highest level, they can see it in their backyard, and that is what today is about. Today we have leaders from the Blank family of businesses and AMB Sports and Entertainment. We also have leaders from the city of Marietta, the NWSL, key partners from across the corporate landscape and community, along with elected Georgia officials, as we all come together to break ground on what will be home of Atlanta's NWSL club. It's an honor to be here, and while our first speaker needs absolutely no introduction, the reason Atlanta is called the epicenter of soccer is because of all the contributions he's made to the city, the state, but more importantly, the game of soccer. Please join me in welcoming to the stage owner and chairman of the Blank family of businesses and owner of NWSL Atlanta 2028, Arthur M. Blank.
We have a bit of a timetable today, so I'm not going to. I brought a copy of my book. I'm not going to read the whole book, though. You don't have to be concerned about that. I'll keep my remarks limited because there's other guests here that I really you want to hear more from than from me. But just a couple of things I do want to say. I want to thank everybody for helping us on this journey. It's been unbelievable. For us to bring soccer generally from where it was in the Atlanta area and state to where it is today is a remarkable journey, and this is a tremendous step in the next direction. They have the connection to NWSL. They have an opportunity to have a championship club here, which is what our plans are, to have an opportunity to partner with so many people that are in this room. Particularly want to thank Mayor Tumlin, who's been, I was telling our Commissioner Behrman, who you'll hear from in a minute, that this book that I authored some years ago now, it's called Good Company, but a lot of it talks about relationships between people that we're connected to and we serve, whether our guests, our fans, our customers, our communities, our sponsors, our tournament, whatever it may be, in the community in a very meaningful way. I would say there's been no better at that than Commissioner Tumlin and the City Council. There are 7 City Councilmen that are here. I think all are here. I haven't met you all. Can you all raise your hand, ones that are here? I want to thank you for supporting us really beautifully, not only up the road, a quarter mile up the road is Atlanta United, but now with our NWSL team as well. The vote to approve this transaction was 7-0, and that's a credit to what we bring to the relationship, but it's a credit to each one of you for having the vision and being supportive, et cetera, and the leadership of Mayor Tumlin. I want to thank our business leaders. Rich McKay, I want to thank him in particularly because the notion of taking this 33 acres, which was going to be an IKEA site, and converting it into something that's going to be beautiful for the community, for the sport, for our team. Every element of it really started with his vision. And I want to thank you, Rich, for your leadership in doing that. And then I want to thank my son, Josh, right over here, who worked closely with Rich in making this a reality. Demetrius, Skate, I don't know if Skate Knopfsinger is here. She's not here, but she is here. But she's heavily involved in all of this as well. Joe Pierce, our general counsel. I think Joe is here. Tim Zalowski. I mean, our whole team was just did an unbelievable job in getting this ready. I want to thank Commissioner Behrman, who came here today. Jen Levine, who's the Director of Communications. She may be a Vice President. Jen, are you a Vice President? Where are you? You're a Vice President. I should have known that, didn't know that, but they traveled very early from New York today, going back after this. And I want to thank them. The Commissioner, I would say I've been privileged to work with a number of commissioners. Roger Goodell from the NFL, Don Garber from Major League Soccer, and Commissioner Behrman now in NWSL. And I would say that when you look at an opportunity to connect the sport, the values of the sport, what it brings to, in this case, young women, brings to communities, young girls, showing them that they can be the best they can be in every sense of the word. They can be everything they planned on being, create the kind of value system that helps support people understanding the diversity of the community that we live in, not only here in Marietta, and not only here in Atlanta, but throughout the United States and throughout the world, is incredible. And she's created a tremendous balance between values, success, and everything in a world of soccer. And now she's the leader of the #1 soccer league, women's professional soccer league in the world, which is pretty remarkable. It's based right here, and we're so thrilled to be part of it. I can go on, but we will commit all of our mental resources, our financial resources, our practical resources, our experiences to making sure that this is the kind of success that you would expect of us. And I wrote a little note in this book this morning to Mayor Tumlin. I won't read it. It's a personal note from me to him. But I really want to thank him in every sense, Mayor, for being there for us. We wouldn't be up the road since 2017 without an incredible facility. We'll have invested in this Gateway, Franklin Gateway, over $200 million just in this area when we complete our project here. And we couldn't be happier with the investment, couldn't be happier with the relationship, couldn't be happier with the opportunity that we currently have. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for all your support. Anything we can do to help along the way, reach out. We're in the business of saying yes to whatever we can, which means almost everything. So please feel to reach out to us. And a particular thanks, again, to the council, men and women, and to the mayor for being such a great partner. I'll leave this up here for you, Mayor. Take home and read it when you get a chance. We have a copy, I'm not sure, but I don't know who's right after me. Thank you.
Thank you, Arthur. We appreciate you. And of course, as he mentioned, the city of Marietta has been a key player in making sure the growth of soccer hits this community hard, with the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta training grounds just up the way, and now the soon-to-be home for the NWSL Atlanta 2028. Please help me welcome Marietta Mayor Steve Tumlin to the stage. I promise I'm not going to steal your book.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the city of Marietta, this is a joy. It's a joy working with these partners we have. We're delighted to be the sitters of two very special projects that are here on Franklin Gateway, but having a nickname of Thunder, I would like to start out quoting one idiom, which I found is not true. It's called lightning doesn't strike here twice. It has for us here in Marietta. Down the road, 10 years ago, Atlanta United came, and then 7 or 8 years later, we were privileged to talk about the great of the National Women's Soccer League. I mean, what a thrill, what a journey we've had. It has been a great journey coming from many directions, as my friend Arthur Blank told. 50 years ago, you can look at my hair and tell that was very feasible. I was chairman of the Cobb YMCA, and of all things, it was the YU Soccer League that probably saved our YMCA. it was going through a period of change, but people like me didn't even know what soccer was. It was on TV during the Olympics or something like that, but it helped grow soccer in this county and probably all suburban counties, north of Metro Atlanta. But a big part of it, which is why I love what AMB SE is putting out now, my little girl plays soccer, and 10 years earlier she would have been taking piano, riding horses. But because of they could play soccer, girls were playing soccer, which is, they did not have access to team sports. Different than you, my daughter, they wore pink ribbons in their hair when they played. They didn't shoot for the yellow card, but that it just shows how soccer was just waiting, and how this community and how Mr. Blank and his family have brought it to us. We're happy. I would like to say there's also some destiny in this. I'm going to brag on our city a little bit. You have to be ready. One thing that first happened just down the road on Highway 41 at Terrell Mill, there was an upstart building supply business right down the road called Home Depot, and the rest is history, as you can see. So I guess they were buying old Treasure Island, who was going out of business. They rejuvenated it, and I can say my family was in the retail lumber business, and I'm glad I had a law degree when Home Depot was our competitor. So that I changed my profession, but part of the amazing facility, it's just this great organization. The people of it, the players, the coaches, the support, all the partners we have that are like us. But I'm going to bring to mind what we did in Marietta 60 or 70 years ago. Mayor Marietta had to be a lawyer, and he and Jimmy Carmichael went up to New York and brought Bell Bomber down to Marietta right after Pearl Harbor. Marietta was a town of 10,000, agricultural city, and all of a sudden here was Bell Bomber plant, and in a 5-year period, they had 28,000 employees for a town that had 10,000 people. But the part of it, they built it, so we're going to support you like that, Mr. Blank, this organization. But like I say, they built the Bell Bomber B-29s, and despite all that growth, they still had time to build 686 planes to help in World War II. But I do want to point what I think most important, because I love the theme, it empowered her and inspired all. When Bell Bomber came here, before it became Lockheed, 40 to 50% of the workforce was female. They weren't clerical. They were doing, maybe that's empowering women. So you have it just kind of fits into the history of what it did. But here, as we closed, last Friday we had a close on this 33 acres. It was a joy. Plus, Marietta got 10 acres in exchange through a benevolent gift as part, outside the deal, which is we're going to build probably one of the best community centers for this. This street's probably in its third generation. It's been agriculture, it's been a pottery plant, it's been nothing but housing. And this one facility will help, with the United, will lead it out to even greater worlds. But welcome, to the family, to the National Women's Soccer League, the 17th one. I understand we got an 18th one now, but we're proud to be number 17. But welcome to Marietta, and thanks for letting us unite in effort together, everybody in this room, for a successful women's soccer team in every way. And Commissioner Berman, I want to remind you that I was glad to be part of the early, but within 2 years, Atlanta United won the MLS Soccer World Cup in 2018. So you better have your seatbelt on, because they run a great ship. But Mr. Blank, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I just working with you. But like I say, the closing of the day was not a closing. It was just the beginning. And we look forward to being a part with everything we've got to make this successful. And even though it's fun for a small suburban city to kind of be at war with Atlanta, you kind of brought us together, because without Mercedes-Benz and the city of Atlanta, we wouldn't even have a chance for you. So thank you to everyone, and just know this city, on behalf of my council, we did have a secret weapon. Bill Bruton did a lot of the negotiation, our city manager, and he speaks soccer. Plus, he even coaches women's soccer team. So, like I say, this was made to happen, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Mayor Tumlin, you forgot your book. You know, I should inform you, I'm not a big bow girl, but I do like a seersucker suit, let me tell you. NWSL has seen rapid growth over the years, and much of that is because of their leadership, a true powerhouse and inspiration to women everywhere. Please help me welcome NWSL Commissioner Jessica Bierman to the stage.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting us down, Arthur and Josh and Rich and everyone in the AMB family. I would say that a lot of the growth of the NWSL is in large part to the quality of our ownership. And when we have decided to embark on expansion, which we've now done for the last 4 years, many times, we look for ownership that can really raise the bar and change the watermark for the rest of the clubs. We talk a lot about the rising tide lifting all boats. And in this case, Arthur, Josh, AMBSE is no doubt rising the tide. We are so fortunate to have you as part of our ownership group to not only change the standard, but set the standard for the future of these incredible women who deserve the opportunity to compete and train at the highest level. And when I look out on this empty field, Josh said, can you imagine the structure that's going to be? What I know to be true is that with the speed, intentionality, and standard of excellence of this group, when I blink, I will open my eyes and there's going to be a beautiful training facility that will not only inspire the rest of the clubs to reimagine their potential, but as importantly for the mayor, for the city council, for the city of Marietta to have girls see and know that if they put in the hard work, they can achieve every single dream that they have, just like boys can. And we often talk about Billie Jean King's see it to be it, and this community will have that as a daily reminder. We spend a lot of time at the league office talking about training facilities, and it might seem less sexy than Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but the real work happens in the training facility. The preparation for the games happens in the training facility. The lessons that these players need to learn and practice every single day happens in the training facilities. It's the reason that we at the league have been so focused on ensuring that for every expansion team that comes in, they commit to building a purpose-built training facility. And that's what you're going to have right here. So I couldn't be more grateful for your belief and vision on behalf of this franchise and what I know is going to happen when Team 17 takes the pitch in just under 2 years. And I will be happy to come back and award you the championship if you win. So thank you and appreciate everyone being here and can't wait to see you all for the next incredible event.
Thank you, Commish, and thank you all for who have spoken today, and also all of you for joining us. We look forward to celebrating, hopefully, that NWSL championship here in the years to come. At this time, I want to welcome Arthur Blank, Rich McKay, Josh Blank, Mayor Tumlin, Commissioner Berman, Tim Zalowski, Demetrius Estathiou, Deandra Duggins, Joe Pierce, members of the Marietta City Council, Bill Burton Jr., all to the stage to officially break ground on the property. Please throw your scarves on. Let's get this thing started because this is what you guys are here for.